Good afternoon. It's Tuesday, March 8th, 2011. I'm Eric Scheiner with Right Now on CNSNews.com. Some people say politics is like a big circus, and at times it seems that they may be right. And just to prove a point, let's visit the House of Wax. Yes, a place where Representative Henry Waxman works to preserve the Environmental Protection Agency's authority to regulate greenhouse gas emissions.
Science denial, partisanship, and the rising power of special interest are deeply intertwined.
The GOP criticized for science denial, although there is support by members of both parties to remove the EPA's regulation policies on gas emissions that have been blamed on global warming. Oh, and global warming, that's also a moral issue, according to Waxman.
Climate change is an environmental issue, it's an economic issue, but it's also fundamentally a moral issue.
We have coverage of Waxman's speech at the Center for American Progress. Check it out. Let's journey now to the Hall of Mirrors, a place where reflections can be distorted, and you may notice some things about yourself that most others don't. That's where we visit the president and CEO of National Public Radio, Vivian Schiller, discussing NPR's coverage.
And I will tell you that it maybe doesn't get as much attention, but we get a tremendous amount of criticism for being too conservative. And I will tell you that it maybe doesn't get as much attention, but we get a tremendous amount of criticism for being too conservative.
Schiller at the National Press Club discussing the future of NPR and the need it has for taxpayer dollars. Nick Ballasy has complete coverage. Let's move on now to a type of shell game, and this one is called Where's the Savings? When touting the benefits of the health care reform bill to the American people, President Obama and other Democrats have insisted that the bill will lead to a reduction of $138 billion to the federal deficit over the next 10 years. But for some, that doesn't seem to add up.
Your law cut $500 billion in Medicare. Then you're also using the same $500 billion to what? Say you're funding health care. Your own actuary says you can't do both. So my simple question, I have 26 seconds left. What's the $500 billion cuts for? Preserving Medicare or funding health care law? Which is it?
Sir, the Affordable Care Act adds 12 years to the Medicare Trust Fund, according to every actuary, and the $500 billion represents a slowdown in the growth rate of Medicare over 10 years from what was projected at 8% to a growth rate
is it
of
Medicare? Is it using it to save Medicare, or are you using it to fund health care reform? Which one?
both.
Health and Human Services Secretary Kathleen Sebelius admitted at a House hearing last week that $500 billion in Medicare cuts contained in the Democrats' health care law is being counted in two ways, both to shore up Medicare and to fund health care reform. Dan Joseph has coverage. Step right into the tent of information and get informed right now on CNSNews.com.